What's up, baby? This is Deontay the Bronze Rumble Wilder. Make sure you tap into Black Authentic Truth for your latest news. It's great information, baby. Bomb Squad!
Hey, what's good, y'all? This is Thawahgabar for Black Authentic Truth. Thank you for rocking with me. Thank you for supporting me. Now, I want to talk a little bit about the press conference that's not getting any airtime of the family of Carmelo Anthony. Many people don't even know that there has been a press conference. So I want to play some of this press conference so people can actually understand the magnitude of the things that are happening behind the scenes.
I want to start off by saying real quick that my comments are represented today by the Next Generation Action Network that have been working with the Anthony family from the advocacy standpoint. I'm not the Anthony family attorney. Of course, you know the Next Generation Action Network is no stranger to this line of work. And we have been representing families for the last 10 years from an advocacy standpoint to get to the bottom of this situation. The Next Generation Action Network, since the past week, have gotten thousands of calls regarding this situation and making sure that our organization was involved in this situation because of the growing tension of racism and bigotry involving with the case. I want to start off by saying that I appreciate the Deputy Chief, John Stretch, from being able to come here to meet with us, as well as the Assistant Police Chief, Darren Stevens. These are two individuals who are currently over the investigation that is currently going on in Frisco ISD. Of course, let's start off in the proper way. I'm Minister Dominique Alexander. I serve as president and founder of the Next Generation Action Network, the largest human and civil rights organization in North Texas. Today, we had a meeting with the leadership of the Frisco Police Department to discuss the matter of urgency in escalating racial threats and bigotry and online hate directed at the Anthony family. Let me be clear. The Anthony family cannot leave their home because of the growing threats towards their safety. Their personal address has been exposed. They have received graphic and racist threats. They are being targeted with violence and simply because their child is in the center of this tragedy. We are here just for justice. This justice must be fair and impartial and protected from biases. We cannot allow racism and bigotry to divide us. We cannot allow white America to decide when and how Black people can speak up against oppression. We do not pull the race card, we live it. Yes, this case is a tragedy. Anytime a child is lost, we mourn as a community. Our heart goes out to the family of Austin Metcalf. But we do not erase the right of the Anthony family to be protected and heard and treated with dignity. That's why today we spoke with the Frisco Police Department leadership to demand answers. We need to know what steps are being taken to protect the Anthony family, the strategies of the threats that's being spreaded, and how Frisco Police is ensuring that Carmelo Anthony's Sixth Amendment right, a fair and public trial, is fully respected. Let's make it clear that absolutely we have the full permission and trust of the Anthony family and authorized for the Next Generation Action Network to speak today. Today in this meeting, we talked about and was able to give them graphic images of what this family has had to deal with for the last couple of days. It is sad. These graphic images not only display children with knives, Black children with knives stuck in their head, the Anthony family's address. We saw when this case first started that people were putting online that when Section 8 was accepted into the Frisco neighborhood, that became the lead of the downfall of Frisco. We have saw so many different hateful images, just hateful things. And the Next Generation Action Network wants to reiterate that Carmelo Anthony has a right to a fair trial, unbiased, and removed of racial hate and bigotry. I want to make it very clear, and I say this from my heart and my own personal reference. If someone wants to say race is not in this situation and shouldn't be, well, I asked all of those people to join me in calling it out. But don't look at black people and say, don't always play the race card. We don't play the race card, we live it. We live a reality. We also feel that the bond that Carmelo Anthony is on is too high. We do. Because guess what? We've been here when Aaron Dean was arrested. We was here when Amber Geiger was arrested. $200,000. The system, it has a problem in it. Now, what I want to be able to do is ensure, and what we was able to hear today from the Frisco Police Department is reensuring that the Frisco Police Department is doing everything that it can to address the racism and the bigotry. We have saw the police chief, a statement being sent out by the police chief that was false. We have saw a false autopsy report that was false. We have to caution the community to say, hey, we cannot trust everything that is online. The disinformation that is going online is hurting this case, and it has to stop. It has to stop, y'all. As we know it right now, Austin Metcalf and Carmelo Anthony did not know each other. They did not know each other. Let's stop it. They were not at a party together. Let's stop the lies regarding this situation. We also know that both Austin Metcalf, the twin brothers, were on the roster that day to be at that track meet. We also know that Carmelo Anthony was on the roster that day to be at that track meet. We know they both arrived, all of them arrived to this facility via the transportation of Frisco ISD. The lies has to stop, y'all. As far as the legal strategy, I'm not talking about that today because that's not my place. I'm not the lawyer. I think you guys have all had a statement in regards that the lawyers have asked for a bond reduction, and they will release that in the way. We are solely here because where racism and bigotry and hate arises, the Next Generation Action Network will be there and will respond to that hate. We will not allow our communities to go under attack. We know that when people see a white and a black man in an unfortunate situation happen, that race always become a factor in that situation. And it's really because people don't want to really have a conversation about racial reconciliation in this country. And the current climate that we live in, where racism and bigotry is at the forefront, we don't really want to have these conversations. And social media has been a stomping ground for people to be able to launch any disparity that they want to. And so, you know, our heart goes out to all who are involved. The Next Generation Action Network continues to restate that we are here to support this situation based on what we have seen. We want to continue to express Mr. Carmelo Anthony's grounds of where he has displayed self-defense. I think that in the next coming days, as you see the things going out in the courtroom, it will be displayed. But today's meeting was solely about the threats that have been going towards their home and ensuring that there is a fair and impartial investigation going on. And I want the public to know that our organization, along with attorneys, are doing everything they can to make sure that race is not a factor in this case, ensuring and supporting like we've always done. And so I really appreciate the police chief coming to meet with us today to answer all of those questions that we have had. And so at this time, I'll just open it up for questions.
Now, y'all done seen the same video I've seen, and I'm wondering why this is really getting no airplay. I really didn't see it on the media like that, but it is up, right? It is up. And it's disgusting to hear what's going on with the Carmelo Anthony family. The Anthony family, they are afraid to even leave their home, getting death threats, which we shouldn't be surprised at. But the graphic pictures of little black children with knives stuck in their heads is disgusting. And it just shows you the type of people that they are, these white supremacists are. It just shows you the type of people these MAGA people are. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure nobody is going to take the time and effort to find out where these pictures came from. It won't be no investigation into that. And you know what else? I'm curious as to whether it's AI or not. Are these real pictures of little black children with knives in their head? I wouldn't be surprised at that. I would not be surprised. But that is disgusting, y'all. This is what the family is going through. To all the, you know, the MAGA and the white people, what do you have to say about that? All the people that would say Carmelo Anthony is guilty, all the people in the comments that would say that, what do you have to say about people sending his family pictures of little black children with knives stuck in their head? What do you have to say about that? Put it in the comments. What is your response to that? Now, he also spoke about the high bond and other people having very low bonds for the same crimes. His bond is $1 million. Other people have got $200,000 bonds for the same crime, and they're working to lower that. And he also spoke about the misinformation, how the stories have been put out. I've seen a story where it said that they knew each other and that, or Austin was high on Molly. And you can't believe everything that's on social media. That's something that I agree with. You cannot believe everything that is out there. You cannot believe that. So there's a lot of narratives being spun, but the truth is the truth. The police report is the police report. You know, the witness statements and all of those things, all of that evidence will make its way into court, and then we'll really find out what really happened. We still don't have the full picture of what actually happened. We have the police report, but that's not everything. That's not everything. I guarantee you. You know what I'm saying? And then he talked about how they always say, you know, whenever we talk about race, we're playing the race card, when we live the race card every damn day. That's why I said in my other video, you can't talk about, you know, race, like race being a factor or not being a factor when America was established off of racism. America was established off of racism. Come on, y'all. Think. Use your brain. You cannot take race out of America. Everything you do in America has to do with your race. You got a identification card, and it doesn't say human being. It says what your race is. You got to fill out a form, a job application, whatever. You have to put down your race. Everything you do in America deals with your race, including the world. Including the world deals with your race. But specifically in America, racism and race is always a topic, especially with black and white people, when you look at the historical context. From a historical context, there is always going to be racial tension whenever something like this is happening. And that's why when he said about trying to get a partial trial, a trial that is where race is removed from that trial, that's damn near impossible, in my opinion. I'm keeping it 1,000. That's impossible to take race out of something. It's impossible to take the stereotypes about black people. It's impossible for people to go into something without those racial stereotypes about black people, because it's so ingrained in people's psyche. It's so ingrained in American society. It is damn near impossible. It would be a miracle if the trial was clear of race. The only time the trial is ever going to be clear of that is if it's two white people or if it's two black people. Whenever it's black or white, race is always going to play a factor. Always, I promise you. But I wanted to bring this out so brothers and sisters can see what is really happening behind the scenes with the Anthony family. And yes, it's effed up. It's effed up, but this is something that no one wants to talk about. Like he said, nobody wants to deal with race, and that's why we're still dealing with race. Everybody wants to gloss over the race issue in America. They don't want to deal with it, but they do want to play the victim anytime black people do something and say, well, my life is hard because of black people. We're going through this because of black people. The crime rate is high because of black people. All of a sudden, after you done laid everybody down, enslaved everybody, stole all the land, Christianized everything, now you want to act like the benevolent, peaceful, kind, and compassionate person. And black people are just the animals. We're the criminals. But let me know what you think about that press conference. Did you even know about the press conference? Give me your thoughts and your opinions. And with that, this is Black Authentic Truth.